Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's deal day. And we are doing some live shopping today. I'm super excited about today's items, and there is a very special bonus. So besides our great deal day pricing, which only happens today for one day only throughout the year on a specific item, we're going to get to that. We also have a free giveaway happening right now on Vitatree.com. So on the website, with every purchase, you're getting a free vitamin D3. So take advantage of this. This expires at the end of this month. So that is just for a very limited time. And if you don't know about our vitamin D3 already, absolutely delicious. These are chewable gel caps. They're soft little chewable gel caps. So the kids love them. And they're lemonade flavored. So they taste like little lemon candies. And each capsule is standardized to 1,000 international units of your vitamin D3. Made naturally from sheep's wool, from their lanolin. We'll get into that a little bit, but let's start with our deal day item, which I'm super excited about. And that is, of course, our turmeric plus curcumin. And this is a very special formulation. So if you've ever taken turmeric before, this is very different in terms of absorption, bioavailability. And there's no black pepper. A lot of people do have a sensitivity to black pepper. Most turmerics out there have black pepper, and they can be somewhat inflammatory when you're sensitive. So this is very different. And for today only, okay, so this is our deal day. If you're new to our live shopping, please head on over to Vitatree.com. But here you see the turmeric, regularly $81.58. Today as low as $55.06. And these are our US prices, but you check the website that you are logged into. And again, free shipping, no cancellation fee if you go on subscription. So that is an option for you. You can also do the one time, but look at that significant savings today and today only while our supplies last. Now, okay, so why is this so beloved? And we will look at some testimonials from our customers on the Vitatree turmeric. But this is very different in terms of what you may have experienced in terms of supplements in general. And I am the formulator. I'm Dr. Janine, if you've seen me on social media. Nice to have you here, and thank you for tuning in today. But this is important to know that all of these formulations that I've created do not have the fillers, do not have the flow agents, no magnesium stearate. There's nothing in here that shouldn't be. And that's why you get all of the advantages and the efficacy from any Vitatree supplement. When we look over here really quickly into terms of turmeric, we know that it's a powerful anti-inflammatory. We know that it's a powerful antioxidant. So even just the beauty benefits of turmeric are remarkable, and helps with any type of pain. It's a powerful analgesic as well. And being natural doesn't have some of the same side effects associated, with other painkillers and analgesics out there. Actually helps with digestion. Helps with the liver and liver function, with fatty liver. This is something that can help with gas and bloating. Helps to protect the liver function, but also helps to increase that bile excretion by the liver, which is important as well in terms of being able to have healthy poops. So should I bring out the poop tray? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So here you can see that, if you're not having healthy poops, so if your poops are not the dark sinkers, so ideally an S-shaped dark sinker, it's your best, most healthy type of poop. If they're lighter in color and maybe not formed, maybe they're floating, that can be an indication of liver gallbladder health that is not optimized. So it's something that, yes, the turmeric can definitely help, as well as stimulates the proper contraction of that gallbladder, which is so important. We know that it's very anti-inflammatory. Some studies have showed, in one study on rheumatoid arthritis patients, it was found that curcumin, especially those active components, help to decrease the CRP, C-reactive protein, which is a marker if you've had your blood work done, and that's an inflammatory sign that if the doctor sees that, they're like, wow, you've got inflammation happening. So yeah, it was able to, and the curcumin was able to lower that inflammatory response. Amazing, amazing. If you've taken turmeric before, put a 1 in the comments. I'm super curious. And this is so amazing, to see with specifically the Vitatree turmeric. Remember, there's no turmeric, there's no Black pepper. So of course it's standardized for those curcuminoids at a 95 percentile, has that quercetin. So instead of the black pepper, I put quercetin into the formula. And there's a reason for that. Well, we know that quercetin, when I did my research, also helps to increase the proper absorption of that turmeric and those curcuminoids. No magnesium stearate. Of course, any supplement that you take should not contain magnesium stearate. I've got videos out there on social media about that. It's never been tested for long-term human consumption to be safe, so that's something that you definitely have to be aware of. No fillers, of course. And vegetarian capsules. So when you actually look at the capsules themselves, you may think, okay, that's a yellow capsule. No, that's the actual turmeric and the curcumin. And of course, without any white powder, no fillers. And that's really important to note that difference when we're talking about the Vitatree difference, that we don't use those fillers and flow agents. We only use the highest grade and quality of those raw materials to make up our formulations. And that's why we have, so many great reviews, testimonials. Even if you've taken other products before, I really want you to try turmeric, especially today because of our options that we have in terms of, the great deal with Deal Day. And when we look at the pricing for Deal Day, it is so amazing. So today only, our regular pricing, $81.58 for 2 bottles. You're getting 2 bottles, okay? This is almost like a 1 bottle price, but you're getting 2 bottles. If you decide to go on subscription, you can cancel at any time. You do get free shipping with this option, which is another added bonus, $55.06. And just remember, for today only, if you're just tuning in, that yes, you are also getting a free vitamin D3. So you're going to get your Deal Day and you're going to get 1 bottle of D3 for free. It's just for the month of March now on the Vitatree website. So any purchase that you're purchasing anything, maybe it's not the turmeric today, maybe it's something else on the website, you're getting that free vitamin D3. Okay. So take advantage of that. Amazing, amazing. And, let's look at some of our reviews, our testimonials on the turmeric. Again, it's not like other ones that are out there. All right. I'm so proud of the fact that this is what Kelly said. I love the supplement and use it to take any time that I have pain, such as a headache. Okay. So yes, can be used for headaches, sore joints, or stomach issues, stomach discomfort. She said, I find it gives me quick relief. Well, thank you so much for appreciating that, Kelly. Yes, quick relief. Why? Because there's no fillers, flow agents. It's the right formulation, high bioavailability, as well as, okay, Leanne said, this product has helped my joint pain so much. I've lived with the pain in my hands and toes so long that when the pain disappeared, it took my sister asking me how the pain was and myself only then realizing that it was gone. Yes, that is the amazing thing about pain, is that when you forget about it, that's the best thing ever. Like Leanne is saying, that was during my first bottle. So during the first bottle. So that's how quickly, this works. Needless to say, I am pain-free and so very happy I opted to try it. Well, thank you so much, Leanne. What a great review. And this is so amazing. We know that it's great for your beauty routine. This is also amazing, because it's a powerful antioxidant. So helps to quench free radicals. We know that for longevity, this is really important to protect our cellular health. We know that turmeric has so many attributes as being a powerful painkiller, which is amazing. We know that it helps to decrease something called the cytokine storm. So when your immune system might get a little bit overzealous, it can help to quell that, as well as, being great for any type of ache, pain, joint issues. This is something that can be really helpful that you're taking daily. The standard dosage is 2 capsules a day of the turmeric. And yeah, we are going to move on now. Now we also have another item that is on a super sale today as well. That's coming up a little bit later, our CoQ10. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget, with every purchase today and for the month of March, any purchase on the Vitatree website, you're getting a free vitamin D3, chewable, delicious. Kids love it. Everybody loves it. Tastes like little lemon candies. And that is just for this month. All right. Or while we have supplies lasting. So, that's been super popular. Everybody, if you've been looking at Vitatree, maybe you've seen a little bit of social media, people talking about Vitatree and you're like, oh, I'll try that one day. Well, now is the time to try it. Definitely. We're celebrating spring. Hopefully that sun is coming back, but sometimes we need a little bit of that boost with that D3. So take advantage of that. All right. Moving on now to our Vitatree magnesium. Now, did you know that there's like 8 different types of magnesium that you could be supplementing? And this type tends to have, and what I saw clinically in my practice with my patients, has a lot of attributes, more so than some of the other specific types of magnesium. Also has the highest absorption, which of course is something I'm always looking for in terms of having that efficacy and really helping with metabolism. So it helps with our metabolism of our carbs, our fats, and our proteins. It also helps with making sure that we have the proper and right beating of our heart. So the proper rhythm of the heart needs to be maintained with our proper mineral status. And magnesium is one of those very important minerals that helps to maintain that proper beating of the heart at that regular rhythm. As well as we know magnesium is really important as a muscle relaxant. So anybody who has symptoms of magnesium deficiency, often this is, so common that you're low in magnesium, you didn't know it. And to be honest, most people are and have a magnesium deficiency unless you're actively doing something to optimize your magnesium levels. But here you can see, are you getting the eye twitches? And this is something that you may not have realized was related to your mineral status, to your magnesium deficiency. Very, very common. Maybe it is the headaches and chronic headaches. This could be, the migraines, tension headaches, any type of cluster headaches, just that nagging headache that comes when you're overtired or you're coming down with something. Yeah, headaches. Nobody should have a headache really ever. So that's an indication that something is out of balance in your body. So that's really important. Your moods as well are affected by your magnesium status. Asthma, so any type of spasm, and menstrual cramps, again, related to magnesium deficiency. So this is something that, you don't need to suffer, ladies. If you get menstrual cramps or this is your daughter or somebody that your friend, let them know magnesium deficiency. And I'm going to show you how the Vitatree magnesium is so different and well absorbed, as well as low bone density. We know that it helps with our bone density, along with, of course, our vitamin D3, which is free today, and helps with the regular beating of our heart, slow metabolism. So remember, we need magnesium for the proper metabolism of our carbs, our fats, and our proteins. So if you tend to be gaining weight for whatever reason, that could be because partially your magnesium deficiency. You don't have enough to run your systems and all of your enzymes. We need magnesium for that. As well as if you crave a lot of chocolate. Okay, who loves chocolate? I love chocolate. Yeah, I love it, but I don't have to find it. I don't have to go and eat, go to the store if we're out in the house and find and seek that chocolate. That would be a craving. Yes, I love it, but if you absolutely crave it, that could be your body telling you that you have a magnesium deficiency. Muscle aches and cramps and weakness as well, very common with a magnesium deficiency. And that's why specifically I'm going to show you with the Vitatree magnesium, we're going to come over here, how this is so different in the way that it is so well absorbed. And here you can see when I open it up into some water, you can see that it is disappearing and right without me even having to stir that. And that's because this is a magnesium bisglycinate, so bound to glycine. But here's the important thing. No fillers, no flow agents, no magnesium stearate. There's nothing in here that's going to compromise the proper absorption of your magnesium. So when you take this, it gets absorbed. And this is the big Vitatree difference. Again, if you've tried other magnesiums out there, even tried other magnesium bisglycinates, this is very different in the fact that it is regularly, and really well maintained. I see some great questions coming in. Okay, I love this. Is it mandatory to take K2 with vitamin D? Great question. Yes, it's good to take both of them in the same day. I do not like D3 and K2 supplemented at the same time. That can increase your calcium in your blood, hypercalcemia. It's not recommended. And I'm probably one of the only people that's saying that. I prefer D3 in the morning, your K2 closer to bedtime with your calcium if you're taking a whole food calcium, not any type of calcium, but a whole food calcium. Okay. So you separate them out and you're going to get better benefits that way, especially for bone density, for your K2 for cleaning out the arteries, but that's a great question. We get it all the time. Amazing, amazing. Okay. Thank you for staying here today and tuning in today. This is our deal day. Of course, we have fantastic items in our show. Go head on over to Vitatree.com and you're going to see all of our great values there, which is amazing. And coming back to our actual deal day item, which is our turmeric today, as low as 5506. on subscription. And of course, that is containing your turmeric powder, your curcumin at a 95 percentile of those curcuminoids without the black pepper, but something even better with the quercetin to help with that proper absorption. So check that out on Vitatree.com. And I'm so happy that we're all shopping together today. It's so amazing. And don't forget, with every purchase on Vitatree, that you're getting a free bottle of D3, no matter what you purchase today. So you don't have to buy, anything specific that we're talking about, whatever, your favorites are, you need to restock. Just remember that you're getting a free vitamin D3, which is great for the family. Share it with the family, and it's only for this month, okay? And while we have some quantity left on that, we've never done that before, a free giveaway. So make sure you take advantage of that, which is amazing. Okay, what are people saying about our Vitatree Magnesium? This is from Erica. Sometimes you don't know that, what the body needs till it's got it. Thanks, Dr. Bowring, for educating us about this magnesium. Clean and without the fillers, which is so, so important. That's why you saw that I could, dissolve it in the water. There's no added fillers or flow agents. I feel great and helps my daily life. Full of energy. Yeah, it does really help your energy. So if you're lacking in energy, fatigued, you could be as simple as magnesium deficient. And once you start taking it, it's 2 capsules every day. Remember, magnesium in the morning. Don't take it at bedtime. Take it in the morning. I'm telling you, it has all these benefits for metabolism, your stress, anxiety, everything during the day. Take it in the morning. Okay, Rachel, really quickly. My go-to magnesium, my favorite magnesium, I can't do without it. Helps my sleep and overall feeling of calmness. Yeah, we want you nice and calm throughout the day. Take it in the morning, and it will still help with your sleep. Okay, but I want you to take it in the morning. All right, we're going to take a look at this about my latest book. What if the real path to healing was buried on purpose? Before we had prescriptions and quick fixes, we healed with the sun, with the earth, with grounding, with natural detox, and really watching what we put into our bodies. Well, these are some of the reasons why I wrote my latest book, The Lost Medicine. It's all about rediscovering Mother Nature's prescription for us. She is our best doctor. You can learn more in my latest book. Please check it out. Okay, there you have it. So if you haven't yet picked up a copy, The Lost Medicine, my latest sort of baby, my latest book that I published, it's my 3rd book. And very proud of this one. It was a labor of love. It took 5 years to write this and do all the research for it, but really, easy, actionable points that you can learn and then start to use in your daily life and, really making a change for the better for your health. So I hope that you'll pick it up and, share it with your friends as well. It's a great gift to give someone, even if you're not into health, there's just a lot of eye-opening and sometimes very intuitive things that I wrote about in The Lost Medicine to help you to get healthier. All right, so let's continue on. This is one of my favorite products, the Paravide. So if you haven't heard about this, just stick around for the next couple of minutes. This is all about cleansing that microbiome. So our microbiome, as you know, we've got a lot of good and bad guys in here. And some of the less favorable ones, like Candida and other, unwanted guests, can be wreaking havoc, not just on our gut health. And we always think, okay, gas, bloating, IBS types of symptoms and things. No, it's so much more than that. Remember, over 80% of our immunity comes from having that healthy ecology in the gut, that healthy microbiome. And when it's not healthy, what happens is that those bad guys can start to win that war. They start to then overtake the system, can lead to something called dysbiosis. And I'm going to show you some of these charts and what this looks like, dysbiosis and leaky gut syndrome. And then that can lend itself into developing things like autoimmunity. So for instance, like a thyroid issue, autoimmunity can be tied back to what's happening in the gut with what happened here with some of that dysbiosis, as well as chronic skin issues, whether it's the eczema, the psoriasis, it could be low energy, it could be moodiness, tied back to that unhealthy microbiome. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of those bad guys and do like a microbiome cleanse. That's what I call it. Other people call it different things. When you see some of the herbal medicines in the formula, you probably know what else it's called. But this is something that we definitely want to make sure that we are making sure that that microbiome and those bad guys aren't, and we don't have that hospitable environment for those bad guys to hang around. And then the body will naturally eliminate them and take us out of, these different stages of dysbiosis. So I'm going to come over here and show you. So a normal or quote unquote healthier gut microbiome, has a good balance of the good and the bad guys, the probiotics. Okay. And we will talk a little bit about probiotics today as well. Now at stage 1, we can see that there's a relative decrease of the good guys, the probiotics. Then what happens? And what could cause that? Well, maybe, not having a lot of live foods in your diet, maybe sanitizing all the time, maybe not getting out and touching the earth. This is why in my book, I talk about grounding and connecting with your environment. Maybe it is, things that you've taken, medications and things that have wiped out some of your good flora. That's already stage 1 of dysbiosis. Now we're getting into stage 2. So some of those bad guys can start to take over. And this is only getting worse, stage 3, stage 4. Now they're replicating, they're having a full-on party, inviting their friends over. And, this is the unhealthy and really, really detrimental thing that's happening in your gut microbiome. And it's something that you definitely, number 1, want to prevent. But number 2, if you've got this going on, that's why I'm all about doing microbiome cleansing at least 3-4 times a year to just, give a less hospitable environment to those bad guys and make it more hospitable for your good guys, your probiotics, to thrive. And this is, essentially what we're talking about. A lot of people have this going on. They don't know it. In certain disease patterns, this is what's going on, and it's never been correlated to what's going on. So, taking some of the ingredients in the Paravide, you may have, some familiarity with some of these ingredients and what they're for. But for instance, the cloves, very powerful at getting rid of the bad guys, the eggs of the bad guys as well. And Artemisia also has that same type of effect, black walnuts as well, and the oregano. So again, in the proper synergy, and that's what I did in formulating the Paravide, it's the proper synergy of those natural ingredients in the right milligram amounts, again, in a high concentration. So we get that efficacy and we can sort of clean out that microbiome again and allow the good guys to thrive. Without, and this is what makes it so different from other types of things that you've seen out there, cleanses and things, no magnesium stearate. Okay, there's no fillers, there's no flow agents, no synthetic ingredients. So very different. So the efficacy is high and it's very gentle on you at the same time. So, maybe you've experienced, so maybe, put a 1 in the comments if you've experienced or you've heard of a story of people doing something like this before, or a detox and, flushing everything out too quickly, very uncomfortable. That is not what's happening here. It's because of the formulation and, the right amount of these ingredients that really have the efficacy to help with that gut microbiome, which then translates into so many other things in terms of being able to lead a healthy life. So whether it is the skin rashes disappearing, maybe it's some weight loss, maybe it's the gas and bloating. Hey, if you wake up with a nice flat tummy, at the end of the day, you're very distended. Well, that could be an indication of that unhealthy microbiome. Okay. So what are we hearing? This is from Beth. Okay. How do I not sound super cliche? I haven't even gone through the whole cleanse yet but after the first dose of the Paravide, I felt so much better that I knew that everything Dr. Janine had said was true. Well, I'm so glad. The pain in my gut, the tension in my neck from the toxins, all gone. And I've paid so much in chiropractic, doctors, tests, and meds. This has been the answer all along, and it is just herbal supplements. I know. Why is no one talking about this? I cannot recommend this product enough. Well, Beth, thank you so much for sharing your story, because I know a lot of people, they get into certain situations with their health and there's no resolution. And you're like, could it have been as simply, as simple as doing something like the Paravide to just get that balance back? And yes, it is that simple sometimes. All right. Gentle yet very efficient. This is from Mira. I am on my second bottle of the Paravide and noticed a huge clear up of ongoing sinus problems, which can also be related to what's going on with your microbiomes. For the past 3 years, my headaches are gone. Congestion has cleared up, sleep much better. I plan on taking 2 more bottles and continue to follow Dr. Janine's suggested protocol while taking these herbs. Yeah. So the way that we do the Paravide is 2 capsules twice a day for your first bottle. Then you're going to take a 2-week break. Then you go to your second bottle of the Paravide. Part of that protocol also includes, of course, our Vita Detox, which after your first bottle of the Paravide, you're going to start the Vita Detox. And typically I'll recommend, somebody texted me yesterday and like, okay, how long is the parasite cleansing protocol? Well, yeah, it is. If you're going to do the whole, thing the way that we suggest, the sort of the gold standard way of doing it is 2 months, at least 2 months. And so once you start, so you want to get at least 4 bottles of the Vita Detox if you're going to do the full protocol. Hey, if you just want to start with 1 to see how you're feeling, absolutely do that. But yeah, go to Vitatree.com. You'll see the Paravide protocol and it's laid out exactly how to do the protocol. So you can learn more about, how it all works together. But we start with the Paravide and then we start with the Vita Detox. One of our most popular products right now. And a lot of people have learned the fact that, detoxing might be very beneficial for getting your organs more efficient and moving out toxins. And this is very different. This is actually a full body detox. So when you've seen other detoxes before, whether that's the lung cleanse, the liver cleanse, the skin cleanser, the lymphatic cleanse, all of these different cleanses, you're actually getting all of these cleanses in one with the Vita Detox. So it is working as a full body detox on all of the internal organs to make them more efficient. So we're not like overpowering them like some cleanses and detoxes do, and you're running to the washroom and you have all these negative side effects. That's not what Vita Detox is all about. Vita Detox is gently asking your internal organs to just be a little bit more efficient to do their job even better. And, if you think about it, on all of our electronics, we always have to do these upgrades, right? On our phones, on our tablets, on our computers. You want to do the update. Well, think about our toxic load now versus even 100 years ago. Did our organs ever get that upgrade to deal with all of the environmental toxins that we're exposed to in our food, water, air that we're breathing in? No, they didn't. So this is kind of like the upgrade. This is the detox, the full body detox, very, very gentle on you and really remarkable at dealing with often the extraneous symptoms that are caused by the toxicity to begin with. Okay, what are some of the big ones? So cardiovascular health in terms of the arteries, fatty liver. How common is this? Absolutely. Skin changes. So that could be the chronic acne and the cystic acne, the eczema, the psoriasis. It could be, rashes, dry patches, all due to that internal toxicity. It could be the headaches as well. So with headaches, always remember detox, but remember the magnesium that I showed you earlier today. Really, really important for chronic headaches, migraines as well. Fatigue, so just lack of energy. You're just not feeling yourself. It could be because of that built up toxicity. Irritability, often related to your liver health. So that is the emotion of the liver is irritability. So somebody who's angry all the time, it could be, that their liver is suffering a little bit. They need to do something to do part of that full body detox. Bloating, stomach pain, diarrhea. So all the GI symptoms, the gas, constipation, fatty stools, weight gain, sore joints and muscles can also be related to that internal toxicity. And so it's something that, just doing that gentle cleanse with the Vita Detox, 2 capsules twice a day, and 1 bottle is going to last you a couple of weeks. And that's why I say if you really want to do the gold standard way of doing it, do the 4 bottles. But if you just want to try it, for once, you can definitely do that as well. And remember today, and for this month only, every purchase on Vitatree, you're getting a free bottle of vitamin D3. So take advantage of that. Hey, maybe you've been thinking about the detox and you're like, okay, that sounds good. It's springtime. I want to, cleanse house a little bit. Well, you get the free D3 for this month only as well while we have some quantities. So you can check that out. Should we take the Paravide forever? Usually we cycle that. So ideally, if you're going to do the full protocol of the Paravide, it's 2 bottles and you do that once per season. So you're not on it continuously with the Paravide. Great question, Dee Cummings. Thank you so much. All right. So I want to show you a little bit of the difference. Okay. So other cleanses and detoxes, what they're doing is they're stirring up those toxins, okay? And what's very common, let's say with a liver cleanse, is that you're, let's say, cleansing out and, getting the liver, moving those toxins. But essentially what you could be doing if you're not addressing the other organs at the same time is you could be moving those toxins from one toxic place to another. All right. So Is that effective? How are you feeling when you do that type of cleanse? I mean, I did something like that when I was studying in college for naturopathic medicine, and I was so sick. I was so sick. And it was just, herbs to work on my liver. I felt nauseous. I was, it was terrible. And what was happening is that maybe those toxins were getting pushed somewhere to another organ that wasn't ready to deal with that toxic load. That's why some people will get the diarrhea and the headaches as well. Now, what the Vita Detox does is very different. So again, we're asking those organs to be more efficient at moving out those toxins. But what's happening now is that maybe, just maybe, because we're detoxing all of those organs at once, plus the blood, plus the lymphatics. So when we'll look at some of the herbs in the Vita Detox, now this is where we get the clarity. That's why we're not having to run to the washroom. That's why everything, if you are constipated, gently gets things moving. It's very balancing to your organ systems, yet at the same time, it is clearing things up. And that's why the skin improves. That's why, you can feel so much better and lighter from doing the Vita Detox. I'm doing mine right now, so I do it every season. So I'm doing the Vita Detox right now. I'm telling you, for me, it's my energy. It's like I sleep like a rock. I mean, my sleep usually is pretty good, but I feel like I'm just sleeping so much better. And my energy is like through the roof. So yeah, so if that's what you're looking for, you want to be healthy or healthier, it's always a good idea, in my opinion, of course, to do a good full body detox at least once per season. And if there's one time of year to do a detox, it's in the springtime now that the sun is coming back. We're feeling, and the organs just naturally, like to do that detox. Okay, here's some of the ingredients in the Vita Detox, which is amazing. So, dandelion for the liver, burdock for the blood and for the lungs. It's a great lung detoxer. So if you have chronic cough and things like this is amazing. Chlorella is a blue-green algae. It can help to trap heavy metal toxins. So that has, the added benefit of helping, of course, with heavy metal toxins. And milk thistle, which is fantastic for your liver, for the kidneys as well. Horsetail for the kidneys and for the blood. Parsley for the kidneys. It's a gentle diuretic, so we can move those toxins out. Cascara gently gets, things moving in terms of digestion. And bearberry, which is a blood cleanser as well, great for the kidneys as well. So it can help with, kidney issues. So there you have it. Those are all the ingredients in the Vita Detox. Okay, let's hear some reviews from our customers. Again, I formulated all of the Vitatree supplements. If you're just tuning in, I'm Dr. Janine, naturopathic doctor. And, so proud to have had, we've been in the marketplace almost 20 years now. And, so proud to, have my own formulations and with such, great results. Like from Rebecca, detox is amazing. This has helped me feel better in that I have more energy, which is what I'm feeling right now because I'm doing it myself, feel cleared out, and my poo sinks afterwards. Yes, sinking poo. That's what we're looking for with healthy bowel movements. Is it does not have bad side effects as it naturally makes you feel better. There is no running to the bathroom. Yeah, it's very, very gentle. It's not like other cleanses if you've tried those. Okay, Carol says gentle detox. It's not one of those that has you running to the bathroom. It's gentle, no cramps. I did a whole body and a bottle, and I feel so much better. Bought it for my husband. He likes it too. And from Beth, my stomach issues are gone. Great product. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Carol, Beth, Rebecca, for sharing all of your great reviews. I truly appreciate it. I love hearing, all of your great testimonials when you are trying the products. And today for Deal Day, amazing values that, usually you don't see. Okay, we're going to take a look at something a little bit quickly maybe not about the book, but something else. And I'll be right back in a second.
We're so glad you joined us for Vitatree Live Shopping with Dr. Janine Bowring. Stock up and save up to 35% on your favorite Vitatree products at Vitatree.com. Need help or have a question? Call 1-844-GET-WELL or email our team at hello@Vitatree.com or chat with us in the comments for live answers from Dr. Janine.
All right, so welcome on back. Thank you for being here today. We're doing some live shopping. This is our deal day on Vitatree. So go to Vitatree.com and certainly see all of the products that are available, but it's specifically our deal day items, our turmeric. This only happens once a year. This type of pricing that we have significant savings up to 35% off, as well as we have our super sale item is coming up, the CoQ10. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk about probiotics. So we've been talking about cleansing out the gut microbiome, and doing a good microbiome cleanse really has a lot to do with what's going on with, yes, digestion, our gut health. So a lot of people have chronic gut health issues. My message is you don't need to suffer from these things, okay? I know it's very common and maybe common for you, but you don't need to suffer. You can get back to having that nice flat tummy and good digestion and absorbing, your nutrients from your food, and get back to eating everything that you love. Hopefully it's healthy, but being able to eat, healthy foods without having to worry. And that's the biggest thing with gut health issues. You're always worried, oh, I don't want to eat that. It's going to upset my stomach. You don't have to worry about that when you have a healthy gut microbiome. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are taking in the right organisms, okay? These are microorganisms in the Vitatree probiotics, two of which have had a lot of research behind them over the years: Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium bifidum. And these were the two strains that I used clinically in my practice and had the most success with. And these are actually designed for your human gut. And, the very different thing, again, in terms of formulation, because this didn't exist, was I formulated without the magnesium stearate. So most probiotics, if not all of them that are out there, have magnesium stearate, which is a flow agent, which of course we don't use at Vitatree. Questionable safety, hasn't been tested properly, and never tested for long-term human consumption as a chemical, magnesium stearate, to be safe. So please, if you're taking any type of probiotic out there, make sure it does not say magnesium stearate, vegetable stearic acid. It's derived from the same thing, and it is chemically based. Okay, so again, a little review. What's happening with dysbiosis? What are some of the symptoms when we don't have enough of the good guys in there and some of those bad guys could be taking over? Maybe it's the diarrhea. Maybe it's the constipation. Maybe it's going back and forth, IBS types of symptoms, because of an unhealthy microbiome. Maybe it is the gas, unpleasant taste in the mouth, belching, okay? Pain, actual pain. You should never have pain in the gut, but if there's pain, abdominal distension. So, you have a lot of bloating happening. Your appetite could be changing. This says decreased appetite, but I would say, you crave all the wrong things. So you're craving the sugars, you're craving, the caffeine, the things that are going to give you that burst of energy, because, quite often and nausea could be another symptom as well, but not always. But when you've got dysbiosis going on, you're lacking in energy because your gut's not working and your gut bacteria are not working on your behalf to actually convert your food and to properly absorb your nutrients. So that becomes really important to ensure that, when you have a healthy gut, that this doesn't start to happen. So you can see with dysbiosis, there's these tight junctions in the gut. And here you can see with leaky gut, they're opening up. And now things are flowing through to the bloodstream, and then your immune system is reacting and causing that inflammatory response because of what's happening in your gut. And this can set up that whole autoimmunity cycle. So any autoimmune disorder often can tie back to what's going on with the leaky gut. So part of taking the right probiotics is to ensure you've got enough of the good guys. I like to start, with the Paravide protocol, which we just talked about. So if you're just tuning in, that's all about, getting rid of some of those bad guys, but then putting the good guys back in as part of the protocol as well. 2 to 4 capsules a day is the standard dosage on the Vitatree probiotics. We also have prebiotics in my formulation, which is amazing. So FOS, and that's going to be food for your probiotics so that they can start to actually feed those good guys, the acidophilus and the Bifidobacterium bifidum, to feed those good guys, which is so important. Now, and when we have that imbalance, this is what's happening. So again, what we saw in that chart, we have a lot. Can you see all my nasty little bugs that represents, that dysbiosis and those unhealthy organisms in the gut? This is something that, you've got the gas, the bloating, the skin, irritations and reactions as well. because of the fact that that healthy gut microbiome is not optimized. But now when you have probiotics, this is part of your good gut ecology. You've got the healthy probiotics, your Acidophilus and Bifidobacterium bifidum. Even if one of those bad guys wanted to come in, they actually crowd out on the intestinal wall. Your good guys are crowding out these bad guys. So that's just one mechanism how, you're protecting your gut from those bad guys. And you don't never know when, maybe you ingest some of these bad guys. They say that you share microorganisms with the people that you live with. So it's something that, sometimes the whole family should actually, if there's a lot of chronic gut issues in the house, sometimes the whole family should be going through the protocol so that we're getting rid of those bad guys altogether with the Paravide. And then, of course, putting the good guys back in with the Vitatree probiotics. Okay, what did Dawn say? Dawn said 5 stars. It's very natural. I have been using all my life. Yeah, our probiotics has been on the market, I'm going to say probably 15 years now, at least 15 years with the Vitatree probiotics. Gut feels at ease after taking this product. Will not use another probiotic. Simply the best, helps you go as well. So it does help to regulate your healthy bowel movements. Thank you, Dawn. Awesome. Jamie says, best probiotic out there. Digestive health is back to normal. I am so glad. It is very regulating, like I said. Tina said, really helped my son. Okay, amazing, amazing. So it is suitable for children as well. Again, 2 up to 4 capsules daily. You can actually open up. It tastes sweet, so the kids love it. You open it up, the capsule contents into their mouth, and you can swish it around your mouth. Great for your oral health as well, those probiotics. And it tastes sweet, so it's easy for the kids to take. Great for little tummy aches, in the youngsters. So it is something we always have in our home. You don't need to refrigerate it. We keep it in the fridge. You don't need to, but it will help to extend the viability of those live microorganisms if you keep it in the fridge. But you don't have to. It's stable at room temperature as well. All right, so continuing on. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Dr. Janine, the formulator of all the Vitatree products. We are on our deal day today. It only happens once a month. So usually it's going to be the first Thursday. If you're new here for the first time, tell your friends as well. The first Thursday of every month, we will have some live shopping event, our deal day happening. You can tune in. You can go directly to the website if you don't have time to watch. It will be archived on our website as well. So if you have to go to work or whatever, you can definitely watch, and it will be there for about, 3 weeks or so on the website that you can watch the archived show. But this is all about getting healthy from the inside out with the Vitatree products, and very different from your conventional supplements that are out there. We don't use fillers. We are totally clean, no synthetic ingredients. So these are all whole food ingredients from Mother Nature, highly concentrated to give you the efficacy. And I actually started to formulate to use in my clinical practice. I didn't even think it would balloon and grow up into, this big company. But that's, we always say the rest is history, right? When we have the right intention with formulation, because these things didn't exist in the marketplace. That's why I took it upon myself to start formulating without the fillers, without the flow agents, without the magnesium stearate, to get those clinical results that I was looking for in my practice. Now with immune support, that is exactly, this used to be called, same formulation, hasn't changed in terms of formulation. I used to call this the cold, flu, and immune formula. Now it's called immune support because it's so much more than just colds and flus. Yeah, very powerful for colds and flus, but because of the natural ingredients, it really does support your immunity on different levels. And there's, the more superficial sort of antibiotic effects of the echinacea in the formula, but also we have the protective effects, and it's called a deep immune herb, is the astragalus. Now, astragalus is very protective for the immune system. It has known antiviral effects, has anti-aging properties as well, but helps to decrease the incidence of upper respiratory tract infections. It's been used for thousands of years in different cultures, so super important with the astragalus. You may be familiar with it if you've seen a TCM practitioner before. Echinacea, it's a natural antibiotic effects, as well as Althea. Now, Althea is the marshmallow herbal medicine. So it's not, the candy marshmallows that you make Rice Krispie squares with. No, it's not marshmallows. It's Althea, which is a demulcent herb. And what that means is it helps with irritated and sore mucous membranes. which is amazing because for a sore throat, this is so remarkable. So right on contact, you can actually open up the capsules right into your mouth or into a little teaspoon of honey. So open that up, the powder onto your honey or right into your mouth, and it will work on contact to help to soothe that sore throat, which is amazing. And Panax. Now, Panax is really protective for your immune system, helps to decrease the length of time that you're sick with a cold or flu. And I don't know about you, but I don't have time to be sick because then that changes everything in my day and trying to get everything done. No, it's not a good thing. So that Panax is really protective for your immunity as well. And if you do fall sick, then you get well so much more quickly with the Panax ginseng. Okay. Again, no magnesium stearate, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or flow agents in the immune support. 2 capsules per day is your standard dosage on this one. I will say though, when we're coming down with something in our house, we'll take another 2 capsules. So we actually at least doubling the dosage a few hours later, usually 4 hours later, we take another 2 capsules, and that really helps to just knock whatever it is out of your system. And pay attention to your symptoms. I mean, if you are sensitive, and you start to pay attention to the way that you're feeling. Maybe you're getting the chills. Maybe you feel a bit of something scratchy in your throat. Maybe you're getting a bit of a headache. Maybe, it could be for urinary tract infections or ear infections, sinus infections. We use this as well. And Joyce said, 5 stars, love immune support. At the first sign of not feeling well, I take 2 capsules and start to feel better immediately. Love Vitatree. Thank you. We love you too, Joyce. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay. This is from Julia. I love this. Okay. 5 stars. I got bronchitis and pneumonia for the last 15 years. Doctors prescribe antibiotics and it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get better. So in the meantime, I ordered some vitamins after watching Dr. Janine Bowring. It all made sense to me, what she said, and what convinced me was that there's no fillers. Yeah, we don't use fillers in any of the Vitatree products. Well, I had to try them. So right away, by the 3rd day, I was feeling so much better. The symptoms were almost gone. When normally it would take 3 weeks when on antibiotics to feel much better. So 3 days versus 3 weeks. I mean, that's huge. Thank you for saying that, Julia. I keep immune support in stock at all times, which I do recommend. Always have it in your house. You never know when you're going to need it. And of course, especially in the winter months, thank you so much, Dr. Jean. Well, thank you, Julia. I'm so glad that it works so well and so quickly for you. That is the Vitatree difference. Again, different from other supplements that are out there. Clean formulations without the fillers, flow agents, and they work quickly. Exactly, what you're looking for when you are trying to feel better and to do your best for your health. Okay, we're going to take a look at something quickly about my book, The Lost Medicine. Take a look at this. So if you're struggling with your health and you haven't yet found the answers, maybe the answer is here for you from Mother Nature. Order yours today. All right. So if you have not yet picked up my book, make sure you check it out. It's available on Audible as well. So if you like to listen to your information to your books, check it out. And I know that you're going to love it. And yeah, please let us know in the comments if you've read my book and how you are liking it. And it's so great to have you all here today. So today is our deal day. This only happens once a month. And a lot of the items that we're seeing. So for instance, our deal day item, we're going to move to our organic vitamin C in just a second, but our deal day item, the turmeric, if you're just tuning in now, this is our major deal day item. Okay. So we choose 1 item per month, and this will probably only happen once a year per item. Okay, so this is your opportunity if you wanted to try the turmeric, or if you love it, you're going to, go on subscription because that's the lowest price with free shipping. And, 35% off. Now, if you wanted to do the one time, this is interesting as well. You're wanting to try something for the first time, you're not sure, you can actually split up your payments as well. So we have interest-free partial payments. You'll see that on the Vitatree website. So just check that out. You can click that option and, still substantial savings, like over $20 off our regular pricing on the turmeric. So great opportunities on Vitatree today. So yeah, with our deal day. And if you're tuning in, for the first time, it's great to have you here. Crystal, thank you for tuning in. Ms. Bev, thank you for tuning in. Shipping is quite quick, for most of our items, depending on where you live. But usually it's, usually less than, a few days. So we do our best to get things out. Sorry? 7 to 10 days is what it says on our website, 7 to 10 days, but most times it's going to be quicker than that. So thank you for tuning in today. All right. So here we go with our organic vitamin C. So this is all about, making sure that we are optimizing our collagen. So for the beauty benefits of vitamin C, which we know a lot of people use vitamin C externally, but we need that vitamin C from the inside out to help with the proper stacking of our collagen. We also know that vitamin C is amazing, of course, for immunity, a lot of what we're talking about today. And, it's an important antioxidant. So it helps to fight free radical damage, which for longevity, this becomes really important in terms of our overall health. Now, what makes the Vitatree vitamin C so different? Again, organic ingredients and whole food ingredients. So most vitamin C in the marketplace, whether that's in your vitamin C supplement, your tablets, your chewables, it could be in your multivitamin, most times it's going to say ascorbic acid, and that is synthetically derived, and they're using a lot of chemicals to actually extract that ascorbic acid. Not my favorite way to take vitamin C, and that what the research shows as well is that it's not and doesn't have the same type of effect on your and the proper bioavailability and the proper absorption of that vitamin C. This is from Mother Nature, so it works very differently in your body. Organic camo berries, which are 60 times more concentrated in vitamin C as compared to oranges, which we often think are sort of like the gold standard for our, vitamin C absorption. Organic acerola cherries, all right, 13 times more concentrated in vitamin C compared to oranges. Quercetin, which helps that bioavailability, and it's from a plant, Sephora japonica, and from that plant, it is a natural antihistamine as well. So it's really, great in very anti-aging. Quercetin is amazing. If you have extra time, just look up quercetin and all the, natural whole food quercetin. Just look up all the attributes and the, health and longevity aspects of that. It is amazing. Citrus bioflavonoids, so from the pith, from the white part of our citrus fruits, which is amazing, of course, for helping with that whole food complex with the proper absorption of the vitamin C. No magnesium stearate, as you'll see, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or flow agents, true to all of my formulations, all the Vitatree products. We don't use, it's only clean ingredients. There's nothing that shouldn't be in there, and no synthetics. And that's the thing with most vitamin C, is that they're synthetically derived, and, they use something like sulfuric acid, big acid, to extract that ascorbic acid. So it's not going to work the same in your body as an organic ingredient, whole food vitamin C. 2 capsules a day is the standard dosage. Okay, how do we know that we're low in vitamin C? Well, you could have bleeding issues. So nosebleeds, gingivitis, and issues in the mouth, as well as loose and teeth. So dental health is compromised, rough, dry skin, joint and body aches, fatigue, depression, increased susceptibility to infection, muscle weakness. So this is very common with a vitamin C deficiency. Okay, what are people saying about the organic vitamin C? Again, 5-star review from Diane, and these are real reviews, from the website. So this is important. 5 stars. Vitamin C is so important to me. It's important I have a healthy immune, strong antioxidant, and good support of the nervous system. Vitatree's organic vitamin C offers all that. I've had few colds and flu. I got a compliment on my skin. You're 71. You have no wrinkles. Good eating and excellent supplements contribute to that. Well, thank you so much, Diane. I'm so glad that you're looking so youthful at 71. Amazing. 5 stars from Robert. It gave me the vitamin C boost I needed with no fillers. Love that it's whole foods. Thank you. Thank you. I love that you appreciate that difference. And Sandra said, used it for about 4 years now. It's good. I'd rather spend a little bit more on something I know that doesn't have fillers. Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world when you're taking supplements. All right, so we're moving on. Now, this is our super sale. So this is our second item with another deep discount. So of course, our deal day item is our turmeric, but this is our super sale item. Okay. So look at the savings again on subscription. If you want to go that way with the free shipping, amazing. You can cancel at any time, 30% off. But here you can see, regular price 82, and you're getting 2 bottles. That one-time cost is just the $65.90. So that is a substantial savings on, again, one of our most beloved supplements in the line. And this is such a multitasker. There's so much in this one supplement. It is designed for blood pressure to help to balance out blood pressure. That's why it's called CoQ10 plus BP. But it has so many other great attributes. So it's very anti-aging, very protective for our cellular health. When we look at the ingredients, you'll appreciate that the CoQ10 is very, protective to our skin cells. You may have heard of coenzyme Q10. And what that does is it helps with our energy production, our ATP production in the electron transport chain, which is important in terms of being able to actually make our ATP, make our energy in our mitochondria. If we're lacking CoQ10, then this is something that our energy systems will suffer. And, a lot of the diseases out there are actually mitochondrial diseases. So optimizing our CoQ10 levels becomes super important to be able to move those electrons along. Resveratrol, if you've heard about resveratrol from dark skinned grapes, that's why red wine is good for you. Resveratrol, very anti-aging, but great for cardiovascular health as well. Ashwagandha is very balancing to the emotions. So anybody who has erratic emotions, can be really, really helpful. Of all of our Vitatree products that have ashwagandha, this one has the highest amount. So very balancing for the stress levels, helps to balance out. We know that, high stress is definitely correlated to what's going on with our cardiovascular health, our blood pressure. So it's very balancing to the entire system, being adaptogenic. And the green coffee bean extract helps to naturally lower our blood pressure levels without the need, for other things that people take conventionally. So that is our CoQ10 plus BP. Again, no magnesium stearate, no synthetics, no fillers, flow agents. A lot of CoQ10 supplements out there, they always have synthetic, B vitamins, which I don't agree with. Usually those come from the petrochemical industry, and they often have, synthetic other vitamins, but they always have the fillers and flow agents and that magnesium stearate. So of course, none of the Vitatree products contain any of those, and that's why we have clean ingredients, and that's where we get the results that we're looking for. Now, our CoQ10 distribution in our body drops off significantly as we're aging. So we can see at age 20, we feel our best, lots of energy. But look what happens in the major organs. So the lungs tends to happen a little bit later in life, closer, to maybe 60 and older. But look at right at the get-go, what's happening with cardiovascular health and the heart, the kidneys, the liver as well over time. So this is something that we definitely want to optimize our levels of the CoQ10, and we can do that in the whole food formulation from Vitatree, and 2 capsules a day is your standard dosage. It does have a small amount of caffeine from the green coffee bean extract, so I don't want you taking this too late in the day if you have, a caffeine sensitivity. I don't like to take anything caffeinated usually past, 2 p.m. because it will affect my sleep. Even if you don't think it's affecting your sleep, it will affect your deep, deep sleep. So that's something to keep in mind. I usually like this earlier in the day, and it's really protective if you're going to be flying anywhere, really protective, for cardiovascular health and blood pressure as you are traveling, which is amazing. And again, without the fillers and flow agents, if we look at, some of what our customers have said about the CoQ10, they report again that it has really helped them. And remember, high absorption. Okay, so this is a must-have. 5 stars from Joyce. I love the idea that this CoQ10 has blood pressure lowering ingredients in it. It truly does work. Blood pressure is responding nicely to this. It has no fillers or flow agents. Would recommend this to anyone. Well, thank you so much, Joyce. Rebecca said it works. This product has worked so well. I have more energy and feeling good. Oh yeah, it does help. It also has, so that green coffee bean extract, I should probably have mentioned this right off the top, is a natural fat burner. So that's why it's such a multitasker. Yes, with cardiovascular health, again, with energy production, helps to protect your organs, because remember those energy factories, we want to optimize, of course, those CoQ10 levels in the mitochondria. And Carly says, high blood pressure no longer. I had high blood pressure readings while at the doctor's office over the last year. I purchased CoQ10 plus BP, hoping it would help to lower my BP. The last time I went to the doctor after taking the supplement, my BP was lowered back down to the normal range. Well, thank you so much, Carrie. Amazing that you had those great results. I'm so happy. And that's the benefit of Vitatree, of course, taking the right supplements at the right time and the right concentration, 2 capsules a day. And this is our super sale item. So go to Vitatree.com. Again, as low as if you wanted to do subscription, you could cancel at any time, but you get that added benefit of the free shipping and a lower price point off of the regular. And you're getting 2 bottles for this price. Okay. So that's just for as long as we have quantity. Well, the super sale will be available probably for the next 5 days or so. And of course, if you want to do the one time, you could split up your payments into interest-free payments as well on the super sale item. And there you have it on the CoQ10. Remember that you get your free vitamin D3 with every purchase, no matter what you purchase on Vitatree.com today. You get a free bottle of vitamin D3 for your family. Your kids are going to love it as well. Standardized to 1,000 international units, soft chewable gel caps, taste like lemonade, little candies. I want you to try it. I mean, even just for that, just buy something and get your free vitamin D3 today. Okay. Great to have you here shopping with me. I will be back at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on back, let your friends know, and we'll do some more shopping at that time. I'll see you then. Okay. Bye.